So the first thing that we're going to do is our foot eversion and inversion. So after you've done your foot rotations, your ankle rotations, from here you're going with the outer edge of the feet, pressing into the floor, lifting the arches and the big toe mount, and then you're bringing it back to the floor. The big toe mount, the arch, it's more likely that it's not going to touch, so you're lifting up, the feet go into dorsiflexion, and then to the lateral side, up and to the inner side of the foot, up in neutral, out, up and in. You can do 15 slow reps. So this is regarding the feet. Then we have the spine rolling against the wall. So you come against the wall, feet are more forward, knees are bent. You try to touch the shoulder blades against the wall. So we want the spine to be in a neutral position. If you have space in the lumbar spine, that's normal, unless the lumbar is completely flat. And my head is touching. Yours, from what we saw, it's not going to touch, but you try to have the chin down, pushing back as much as possible. You begin chin down and trying to peel the spine off the wall, one vertebrae at a time. So you're curving the spine as much as you can. The back of the pelvis stays on the wall. And then you begin to bring your spine into the wall. So you try now to touch the lower back, the lumbar. But of course, as more vertebrae, one at a time, are going to come into the wall, the lumbar is going to come off, pushing the thoracic to the wall. Going down, rolling slowly. And coming back up. You can do this 5 times, ultra slow, feeling as if one vertebrae at a time is coming down. Then we go into our thoracic rotations. Just going to turn a little to the side. Now you roll down, the pelvis is not moving, so the feet are pressing into the floor. One vertebrae at a time. Hips don't push back, then you rotate all the way as much as you can. You're doing it slowly. Begin to side bend, so you're dropping your shoulder down, then pushing your chest into the arms to come back into your midline with the chest lifting up towards the ceiling. The chest is pushing against the arms. Slowly rolling towards the other side. Then both shoulders will come parallel to the floor, but you're rotated to the side, and slowly you're going to bring the body back into the center, looking down to the floor. So rotating towards your right side. Find the maximum without the hips contributing. The hips are still facing forward. Side bending, so it's as if you're dropping your right shoulder down and then begin to push your chest. Then the shoulders, remember your flashlights, they're pointing up towards the ceiling. Beginning to drop the left shoulder to side bend. Rotating. Shoulders come parallel to the floor. And you come back towards your midline. 3 times each side. Then we're coming into our shoulder mobility. We can have hand on our rib cage just to be aware of what's happening into our spine. Flashlights are pointing forwards both from the hips and from the shoulders. And we externally rotate our right arm, bringing it diagonally in front of us without any spinal rotation. We lift it up to take it into shoulder flexion, keeping it as close to the ear as possible without the head bending. beginning to rotate the arm, continuing to rotate the arm, continuing. As you bring it down beside your body, the palm is facing away, the knuckles are facing towards your thigh. Lifting it up, finding the maximum, rotating, and up. And then coming back down diagonally. I'm going to stay to the side to do the next one. So once again, diagonally, feeling that the air is dense and that you need to push through it. The arm is engaging fully, the abs are engaging. Now when you push the arm back, try not to let the spine contribute. No movement happens in the spine. The head doesn't protrude forward. Rotating, and coming down, and then lifting back up. External rotation of the arm. It comes all the way up through the shoulder extension back into its flexion, and down. 3 reps, one side, 3 reps to the other. Then we're coming into our quadruped position. Your hands should be under your shoulders. Your hips are above your knees, making sure that the shoulders are not shrugging to the ears. So shoulders down away from the ears, pushing the floor away. Another thing to be mindful of is that we're not collapsing in between the shoulder blades. So we're pushing away. The hands are pulling gently towards the knees, so you feel that subtle contraction of the abdomen. Neck is in line with the rest of the body. And we're breathing in softly and slowly into the bottom of the rib cage and exhaling. As we breathe in, we're breathing into that part. The bottom side ribs begin to push out. And exhaling, they return to their resting position. Breathing in. Ribs pushing out. We also want to feel it at the bottom, at the back of our rib cage. So it's a 360 degree breathing. Inhaling. Without letting the shoulders lift, they stay down and out. So when you will not be able to do that on the floor, you'll use the wall. So you have your fingertips with the hands kind of pushing downward. So you feel once again the shoulder blades pushing down. It's an activation sort of under the armpit that you're pushing actively. So you're here with your hands against the wall, pressing down. The shoulders are down, the ribs are drawn in, and you're breathing in. And the side ribs are expanding, and exhaling, they draw in. Breathing in, they are expanding, and exhaling in. This is just to get a little more movement between the intercostals and to kind of lower the rib cage a little bit and put the shoulder blades into position. And then what do we have? I think we've done everything. Spine rolling against the wall, or shoulder mobility. Yes, the last one, the bridge. With a sliding surface. I'll stay a little turned out to the side. So you lift up, hips towards the ribs, so we don't want an arch in the spine. And you're straightening one leg forward. And then you're pulling your heel down into the floor and towards you. Maximally bending the knee. Pushing it out. Maximally extending the knee. And then you're pushing down and bringing it in towards you. So the foot is flexed, dorsiflexed. 10 times each side. You can use anything that slides on the floor. You could even use just socks sliding it forward and in towards you. But When you're sliding it forward, you're pushing as if you're pushing into a heavy box, or as if you have an elastic band that is resisting your movement, and then you're pushing your heel down and bringing it in. Same thing. So you're really feeling the muscles contracting. I think that's about it. Thank you.